Hey YouTube, I am back again with a video. I know it takes a while for me to make videos and they are pretty much few and far in between when I make them. Prior, I was giving information about my experiences in China for the year, and I still have some more information I can give. I know I could have done a whole lot more videos, but I haven't. But this time I am going to be regular and make videos hopefully weekly, bi-weekly, depending upon my process, because I have decided to get the vertical sleeve gastrectomy. So I am over the BMI, which is 40, which makes me eligible for it. And I've been overweight my entire life. Half my life, I didn't even realize I was overweight. I was just like chilling, cool, whatever. Until now that I'm in my 40s and am unable to do the things I did in the past to get any of the weight off. So intermittent fasting is like, oh, okay, maybe you lose a few pounds and then that's it. Restricting my calories. I haven't tried keto, but the reality is I'm not that big of a meat eater. Or do I really eat the things that I've seen on the diet? Though I am going to try it too. But just in my past, I've never really been able to get under 200 pounds. So I've decided to get the VSG, as they call it, the vertical sleeve gastrectomy, to get down to a healthy body weight. I've always been overweight, but I've always been relatively fit in my overweightness. Now it's kind of hard to run, jump, play like I used to because of age and the weight. Currently I am not diabetic. I don't have high blood pressure. I don't have high cholesterol. I don't have sleep apnea. I don't want any of those things. I don't want to be told one day, oh, you have to take insulin. You're diabetic. At my weight and at my age, that is going to be in my future. My mother was morbidly obese, and it was the cause of her death. She was diabetic. My father's diabetic. My grandmother is like pre-diabetic, or maybe I think she's like pre-diabetic. So it's already there. It's already present. It's just, when will it happen? And I don't want it to happen. So this is just to let you know what my process is like. Most of the processes from everybody is different. But from what I've seen, the process is kind of similar. I've watched a lot of YouTube videos, but I've not seen very many people who are recently or currently in them or in the process. I've watched videos from people 4 years ago, and I'm like, well, there's a difference. It's a different time. 2 years ago, 1 year ago, up to there's a couple of people who I've seen that were a couple of months ago, which I thought was like, okay, I'll start watching them more frequently. Most of them have already had their surgery. So I am in the process. So this is what the process is. I am in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. There are, what I know of, 2 major hospitals that offer gastric bypass and a vertical sleeve gastrectomy. That is the University of Pennsylvania and Temple University. I selected to go to University of Pennsylvania. It is closer to me. I am more familiar with that hospital. I do go there for any kind of emergencies, though they're not my primary care physician. And wow, probably 15 or so years ago, a friend of mine had a gastric bypass from University of Penn. And that's when the gastric bypass was a full invasive surgery. Now, both surgeries are what we call a laparoscopic surgery, which it's literally like 5 small incisions. And that's it. They use a laser. Sometimes they use robots, and they do all the surgery that way. Having gone to Penn, the first thing that you must do, you must go to an information session. You go to an information session. Like, I've already done the information section. I actually went twice to information sections. The journey began when I asked my doctor for weight loss pills. Here in Philadelphia, we have this guy, Dr. Fisher. Dr. Fisher's where you go to get your weight loss pills. The pills are the best appetite suppressant you could have ever imagined. But the pills do, it's like taking speed. So your heart rate will speed up. You won't be able to sleep. You'll completely forget about eating. Not too recently, but before I had left for China, I had gone to Dr. Fisher, like, I want to take some of the weight off, and could not sleep at all. Like, was up for an entire day, entire night. One night my heart was really fast and I said, oh no, I can't do this. This is something that could be detrimental. When I went to my doctor and asked about approved weight loss pills from my physician, she was kind of like, they're not really that good for you. They were meant for something else, usually mental health disorder. And then people end up losing weight. Even years before, another doctor that I had, or nurse practitioner that I had, said, get the sleeve. She had the sleeve. My current nurse practitioner said, get the sleeve. She doesn't like pills. I said, okay. Went to the information section before going to China. I was like, well, I'm going to China, so I can't really go through this whole process. I'll think about it. I'll lose weight in China. I'll be good. Whatever. I don't need surgery. Came back to Philly. I did lose a couple pounds in China. I ate a lot in China because there's a lot of eating to do. I walked a lot. There were days that I had 20,000 steps in China. But I still didn't take off a substantial amount of weight. I was working out in China because we had a little gym. We had a track to go to. But I wasn't losing substantial amounts of weight. So when I came back in July, I guess I scheduled to go to another info section. And I was like, well, I was like, I went to a session before. Do I have to do it again? They were like, yeah. So I went to the info session. They track you. They put you in the system. I called and I scheduled an appointment. Your first appointment is about 2 hours long. You talk to a nutritionist. You talk to some nurses. You talk to the physician who will actually be doing your surgery. The physician who's doing my surgery is, I believe, the director of the entire program, which made me feel a little more comfortable. I'm like, oh, you run the program, so nothing's going to happen. They pretty much said that the surgery is just like getting your gallbladder removed. They do it so often. It's such a common surgery. There's no reason to worry. There's always a risk of death no matter what you do in life. But they're like, it's very low and it's very minuscule. So, all right, I did that. That was 2 hours. That experience is pretty easy. You go in, they do your height, they do your weight. They talk to you about the whole process. What's going to happen during the process and how long the process takes and what appointments I need to start making because you have to do a lot of appointments. I've completed that for 2 hours, knocked that out. I mean, it really wasn't very monumental. They talk about tracking. They give you this whole book, which I kind of read but really didn't. I just started watching YouTube videos. They give you this book to read of things that you're supposed to do prior to the surgery. At the time, I was intermittent fasting and I came up on the scale as 236 pounds on their scale. My scale, I was 240. So I don't know what the discrepancy is, how it happens. I was 236 on their scale. They told me I can't lose any more weight. So you tell me that, I say, oh shit, I can go for broke. I just went back to drinking soda. Prior to that, what my plan was to only drink soda on weekends, cut out red meat, intermittent fast, and kind of chill so I can get my body adjusted to what's going to happen after the surgery when I don't want to eat or have a decreased appetite or have to make these changes in my diet. When they said, well, your BMI is only 40, it's going to be too low, don't lose any more weight, I said, oh, let me stop intermittent fasting. Let me start drinking my soda again. Let me eat some donuts. Let me enjoy food while I can before those times, that enjoyment is over. So I went back to my regular eating habits. Not a good idea. I'll tell you why. And I had to do a sleep study. Now I'm hoping that I knew I didn't have sleep apnea. I knew I really don't snore. I don't wake up in the middle of the night unless I'm hot or unless my sinuses and my allergies are bothering me. It's hard for me to get to sleep, but I just bought a new bed, so all that is much better now. But I knew I didn't have sleep apnea. So of course, that's what they told me. Oh, you don't have sleep apnea. Now I was hoping they would say, oh, you give me all the information about, oh, you move a lot during your sleep. You do this during your sleep. No, they was like, all right, you don't have sleep apnea. Peace out. I was like, well, damn. And they sent that to me in an email through my pen. At UPenn, you have this My Pen something or other where you find all your information. They communicate with you online. You get all your results online, which is really cool. I'm like, well, damn, that's how you're going to tell me? You didn't tell me about my REM or how long I was in deep sleep or anything. That's the cool stuff I wanted to know. Guess not. So I did my sleep study. I went back for a follow-up appointment with the nurse on Friday that just passed. Today is... I have no idea what today's date is. Friday was, I think, the 20th or the 21st. I don't know. I'm a teacher and I still never remember the date. So today's the 25th. So yeah, on Friday. So I went and had my appointment. And I went in, of course, I gained weight. So, but they also had my height as shorter because they had me as 5'3" and something quarters when they measured me. Prior to that, I had been 5'4.5" all my life. That's why my BMI, I always thought I was never eligible for the surgery. But then they were like, no, you're 5'3" and something quarters, which put my BMI at 40. This time when I went back, I was 236 the first time. This time I was 241 on their scale. So they were like, look, you can't gain weight either. And I'm like, well, I was intermittent fasting. I was doing all this other stuff to prepare myself. So I stopped doing those things so that I couldn't lose weight. So I wouldn't lose weight because I don't have that wiggle room. Well, now that I'm at, they actually put my height as shorter. So my height, they had me as 5'3". They're like, oh, there's a mistake, a discrepancy. The nurse put the wrong height for you because that put me at a BMI of 42, which means I did have wiggle room to go back to intermittent fasting. So what they did is they put it back to 5'3¼ to put me at 41. They said now at 41, I have wiggle room because they want you to start the process sort of right away. Which means they want me to start tracking my meals, which I was tracking today. I didn't track everything. I didn't track the potato chips I ate, Shh, come on now. Got to have my last bit of pleasure. And I'm usually not a chip eater, so that's not too big of a thing. But I did have a protein shake, so I'm going to make sure that every day I have a protein shake. What I'm probably going to do is have a protein shake for breakfast and lunch at this point from now on. I've tried some, like I had a protein powder and I mixed it in with my fruit and coconut milk, and it was actually pretty good. I don't like how thick and foamy it is, but it tasted good. My son likes Ensure, and I accidentally purchased him cafe or mocha latte. I thought I bought chocolate. So of course he drinks it and doesn't like it, and he gives it to me like, you'll probably like it. It's like, I don't like Ensure. Ensure is disgusting. He was like, no, you'll probably like it because I don't like it. So of course I drank it and it's okay. So I'm gonna drink the Ensure. I have 2 other ones, Atkins, which I'm trying. I bought them from CVS. Don't buy shit from CVS. They were $9.99. All of their protein drinks were $9.99 pre-mixed at CVS. They $5.49 at the Fresh Grocer supermarket in Philadelphia. So I'm gonna keep buying them for now, and I'm gonna stick with those for now. They do say your taste buds change after the surgery, but I've always hated protein drinks. I've actually found some that I've liked. I'm gonna stick with those. I haven't tried the Atkins, so I'm gonna try the Atkins. I'm assuming I'm gonna be okay with that. I think the Atkins are meal replacements. The protein powder that I have, you can add along with a meal. So I'm going to make sure I try to get between my 60 to 80 grams of protein. Today, I don't know if I quite got that. The drink that I had was 25 grams of protein. I did eat like 4 wingdings. That's protein. What else did I have? I think that was mainly it that I ate today. So that's the start of the process. You start with a info session, a 2-hour meeting. After your 2-hour meeting, you have to start to schedule your sleep study. So I had my sleep study, then I had my checkup, see how I'm doing, reminders of things I should be doing. Then my next appointment is like almost an all-day one. This is the day that I go in and get my, I see the nurse. I guess I get blood work done with the nurse. I see the psychiatrist. I go through the full psych eval with the psychiatrist. I will get my chest x-rayed. I'm going to get an ultrasound of my abdomen. And I'm also, I believe, an x-ray of my abdomen. It's a whole lot of x-rays and tests being done on the 18th of April. So to make sure that I am healthy enough and good to be able to have the surgery. As of right now, I am not approved for my medical insurance. So that's another reason why I can't lose any weight. Because if I go under a 40 BMI, my medical insurance will say, no, I can't do it. My medical insurance is completely covering the surgery, which is woo-woo. And I believe my medical insurance also partially covers not a tummy tuck, but removal of excess skin on your stomach. So that's so far where I'm at in this process. I may or may not post again soon. I probably will definitely post again in April once I go to the doctor. I won't have the surgery until June because I'm a teacher, so I have off all summer. So I'm going to get after my son gets, he starts like a college high school program in summer. Once he's all situated with knowing what to do and where to go, and he graduates from 8th grade and all that, I will probably have the surgery probably the 2nd week or 3rd week of June so that I can start the liquid diet and then surgery, then liquid diet again and all of that, so that I don't have to work or do anything until September, so my body can be pretty much healed by the time I go back to work. Because there's summer school jobs coming up and stuff, but I was just like, oh no, I'm just going to get the surgery and sit at home. I was supposed to travel to Morocco. No, I'm just going to get the surgery and sit at home. So, if there's anything you want to know, however many people get to see this or not want to know, leave questions or comments in the little thing down the bottom. Like, subscribe, and all that kind of stuff. Because I don't want to do it for money, but I do want people to watch my videos. So, other than that, I'm going to keep you posted, updated. Maybe I'll do some videos on the smoothies, protein drinks, because I really do hate those. So, because I've done weight loss programs and had to use those before. So let's see how they work out. I'm going to buy different ones and see if I like them, and then I'll let you know. Peace out.